Welcome to Storyscapes, where tales twist, turn, and sometimes splash you in the face. Settle in, my friend, because when you dance with the sea, it remembers every step, and it doesn't always play nice. Let me tell you a story about a boy named Lwandle. This boy, he was raised in a small village right by the sea. Lwandle was like a fish himself, loved the water, couldn't stay away from it. Now, his mama was always wise. She knew things, and she would always warn him. Lwandle mtanam, don't play too close to the water. The sea has secrets, and some things down there, they don't like to be disturbed. But you know how kids are. The more you tell them don't, the more they do. One day, poor Lwandle was sick. Too sick for school, but not too sick for some mischief. As soon as his mom left, he jumped out of the bed like his fever was gone, and he ran to his favorite place, the sea. Now, just as he got close, he saw something strange. There, gliding through the water, was the most beautiful woman he'd ever seen. Only, she wasn't like any woman he'd ever seen before. She was half fish. Yeah, half fish. But this just wasn't any creature. No, this was Mamlambo. You know, the river goddess, the beauty of the deep. She saw him staring and she called out, "You, come closer." Now, Lwandle was brave, but he wasn't foolish. He stepped forward just enough to hear her, keeping his feet on the dry sand. Mamlambo looked at him with those piercing eyes, like she was looking right into his soul. She gave him a sly smile and said, "Let's make a deal, Lwandle. You keep me a secret from the world, ne? And bring me the juiciest fruit from your garden when the full moon comes. In exchange, I'll give you one wish. One big wish." And you know Lwandle, without thinking twice, he said, "Yes." "Good," she said. "Then make your wish." So with all the confidence in the world, Lwandle said, "I want to be rich. I want all the riches in the world." And with that, Mamlambo slipped back into the waves, her tail flicking one last time as she disappeared. When Lwandle got home, he had forgotten about his little chat with the mermaid. It must have been an hallucination, right? Maybe it was the fever. But when he stumbled home, his humble house had transformed into a mansion, gold everywhere, fancy things he'd never seen before, a Porsche 911 waiting for him just outside. Lwandle and his mother were living like royalty. Fame, money, everything he'd ever dreamed of, all came to him, just like that. But as the days passed, he got more and more distracted by his new life. Parties, fancy clothes, and showing off to his friends. Guess what they forgot? That garden. I mean, him and his mother didn't even glance at the plants. Watering them? That was for poor people now. That's what he thought. And then the full moon came. Mamlambo was back, but she wasn't the stunning creature Lwandle had met by the sea. No, this time her beauty was gone. Her hair was tangled with seaweed, her face twisted with rage, and her dark eyes glowed like two fires in the dark. And where was Lwandle? He was on the beach, hosting a big party with all his friends, when she arrived. "Lwandle," she called out, her voice echoing over the waves. His friends screamed. They took off running, but Lwandle was frozen, staring at her as she rose from the sea, her scales glinting under the moonlight. "Where is my fruit?" she demanded, her voice like thunder. "You made a promise and you broke it." Lwandle stammered, trying to explain, but Mamlambo wasn't listening. Now, Mamlambo wasn't done. No, she had a flair for making sure her curses really stuck. She leaned in close, her breath cold as the depths, and whispered, "Your greed has earned you a curse that will live long after you're gone. Every one of your children's children for generations will know what it means to disrespect a promise made to me." With a flick of her wrist, she sealed the curse, and then boom! Back into the ocean she disappeared, leaving Lwandle trembling on the sand. From that day forward, every child in Lwandle's bloodline carried a strange fate. You see, not only were they unable to touch water, but whenever they even thought about swimming, drinking water, even washing their hands, the curse struck with embarrassing consequences. Picture this. Little great-great-grandchild Mpho tries to sneak into the school pool, wanting to impress a crush. As soon as he touches the water, poof, he sprouts fish scales all over his arms and legs. But not majestic, shiny scales, no. These ones itch like mad and make him flop around like a dying fish in front of everyone. Or Nandi, Lwandle's descendant, at a very fancy dinner party, she takes a sip of water, just one sip, and suddenly her voice turns into a high-pitched dolphin squeak. The worst one? When a full moon rises and one of Lwandle's descendants forgets themselves and goes too close to the sea, the wind picks up and they hear Mamlambo's voice whispering, "Where's my fruit?" right in their ear. No matter where they are, they end up tripping, falling headfirst into something wet. Spilled juice, a mud puddle, even a random fish bowl. They can never escape it. And so to this day, Lwandle's family knows better than to mess with water, because water, it remembers. And Mamlambo, well, she never forgets. Thanks for tuning into Storyscapes. I'd love to hear what you thought about today's story. Please drop a comment and let's chat. If you enjoyed it, be sure to subscribe and share it with a friend. Please come back for our next adventure. Until then, keep imagining.